Mind of the Meanie is now an exclusive brand partner with WWEshop.com. Pick up all your favorite new merchandise from Roman Reigns,
acknowledge me,
Cody Rhodes,
I have to finish the story,
LA Knight,
let me talk to you,
and more using our exclusive link in the show notes. Click below and show your support today for your favorite WWE superstar at WWEshop.com.
Yeah!
Dr. Fisher's Medical Weight Loss and Aesthetic Centers, along with Mind of the Meanie podcast, presents Meanie Mania, the pay-per-brew kickoff event, Thursday night, April 4th, 7 p.m. to 2 a.m., 21 and older to attend with no cover at McCusker's Tavern on the corners of 17th at Shunk at 2601 South 17th Street in South Philly. Come hang out with ECW Original and WWE alumni the Blue Meanie at his favorite bar on the planet, McCusker's Tavern. McCusker's is the perfect spot to kick off your Mania week and go to for a pre- and post-wrestling event hang. Remember, McCusker's is cash only, but they do have an ATM on site. Lyft, Uber, and taxi services are highly recommended to and from McCusker's. 7 minutes from Lincoln Financial Field, 10 minutes from the 2300 Arena, and 15 minutes from Center City. Meanie Mania is also brought to you by Dr. Fisher's Medical Weight Loss and Aesthetic Centers on 2543 South Broad Street in Philadelphia. Go to bodybyfishernow.com. That's bodybyfishernow.com. Mind of the Meanie podcast drops every Monday morning at 6 a.m. and find our entire archive at mindofthemeanie.com. Meanie Mania, the pay-per-brew kickoff event, Thursday night, April 4th, 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Meanie!
Oh, yes, sir.
Why should I say the green Meanie? And top of the morning to you, sir.
Up in the morning to you.
Want to let everybody know that's listening right now, this episode is brought to you by the St. Patrick's Day Shamrock Shavers. That's right, our friends at Manscaped. This year, don't just chase rainbows, make your own pot of gold and groom your little leprechaun with the leaders in below-the-kilt care. Say goodbye to your clover forest with Manscaped's Lawnmower 5.0 and let your confidence shine bright. Embrace the luck of the Irish Meanie and join the 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. So head over right now to manscaped.com and use promo code MINDMeanie for 20% off plus free shipping. And Meanie, I want to know if you ever had any issues before you were able to get the golden touch of Manscaped.
When it comes to Manscaped, you can't leave the Blarney Stone alone. I use it every time of the year, but St. Patrick's Day, you got the luck of the Irish there because you ain't going to be nicking yourself. So, get the Lawnmower 5.0 and, shamrock that cock, man.
Shamrock that cock indeed, Meanie. And ever since I've used Manscaped, I can proudly say that I found my pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. That's right. Little John and the Eastside Boys have never looked better, and you can meet your new lucky charm for St. Patrick's Day, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. This trimmer comes with 2 interchangeable next-generation skin-safe blade heads, one for a classic trim and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires. Equipped with dual LED spotlights, navigate your shamrock path in peace. Equipped with dual LED spotlights, navigate your shamrock patch in peace. Worried you'll make a mess, Meanie? Fear not. This wonder is waterproof. Shave by the misty moors, under a waterfall, or even doing a rain dance, or dare I say, a Meanie dance. Its compact case makes it ideal to take it with you on the road, ready for any adventure or last-minute plans you have coming up. So trimming the hedges in your Irish garden isn't just for below the belt, my friend. Complete your look with Manscaped's signature Beard Hedger Pro Kit and Handyman Electric Base Shaver. So whether you're sculpting your beard or cleaning up your neckline, there's always the right tools for the job. So go to manscaped.com right now and get 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code MINDMeanie. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code MINDMeanie at manscaped.com. This St. Patrick's Day, make sure your little hairy leprechaun is luckier than ever with Manscaped.
This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace, world, and welcome to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world according to former WWE superstar, ECW original, and hopefully Hall of Famer, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie, what's on your mind?
You know, I'm not expecting to go in the Hall of Fame. You know, it would be nice. But if by chance, by some miracle, that they happen to consider me or the BWO or ECW for the Hall of Fame, let me know so I can buy a suit.
Just give me a heads up, guys.
Yep. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a suit.
Yeah.
You know, just to look presentable. But, you know, I'll make do. But, yeah, I mean, geez, we're only 4 months away, and they haven't really announced anything.
It's, what day is today? So it's the March 2nd in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2024. So I think we're almost just about a month away, which is crazy. I can't believe it went this fast. I do want to start at the top of the show talking about it, though, because you know, my son James, one of my kids, he's got the WWE encyclopedia, and he fucking popped so hard when he saw you in the book. He went, "Oh my God, it's the Blue Meanie! Dad, Meanie's in this. Did you know?" I said, "Yeah, I do know." And I was like, "Check this shit out." And I pulled up the website. And I was like, "Look, he's on the alumni page too." And he was like, "Oh my God, that's so cool." And then the other day, I guess it was late last week after the show, or earlier this week, USA Network did a whole post about that and added your photo in there. They did a whole post about the anniversary of ECW invading Raw, and I wanted to know if you wanted to chat about that, the post.
Sure.
We could talk about that a little bit, because I remember that. I remember being a kid and watching that and being like, "Oh my God, this is fucking amazing. What's ECW?" And then I watched it, and I watched ECW after that, and life was never the same after that. So let's talk about that.
It was crazy. It was like right after we recorded last week's episode. Mm-hmm. You know, I go in my living room. I sat down on the couch and just stared at my phone, and I was tagged in a post. I was like, "What's this?" US and you know, a couple friends hit me up going, "Oh, check this out." And I had seen the USA, the official USA Network, write up a post. 27 years ago today, ECW invaded Raw, and out of all the people they chose, one of the photos they used was mine, and I was just blown away. It's all you do so much in the business, and it's nice to be remembered, especially on that. But I mean, there were so many people, from ECW who were there, and they chose my photo, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is so cool!" And then, quote tweeted and shared it on Instagram, and I found the Facebook post too as well, and the response from the people who saw the repost and all that stuff is very flattering. It's nice to be remembered.
Yeah.
There's thousands of wrestlers in the history of wrestling, and just that night, the night we invaded Raw, was probably one of the biggest things I had done up until that point, other than joining ECW. Joining ECW was, huge. Being a part of Raven's flock was huge. The Sandman Dreamer feud, huge. Raven Dreamer, Raven Sandman, those feuds were both huge. Learned so much, and then, when it came, well, the build up was even funnier because, one night I'm sitting at home, I'm watching Monday Night Raw, and they had a kid in the crowd with the ECW sign, and Jerry Lawler turns around and grabs the sign and makes fun of ECW. And then out of nowhere, Paul Heyman called into the show to the live Raw and, challenged him to be there. "Oh, we'll be there next week." He's like, what are you going to do? Bring the Blue Meanie? I'm like, what?
Holy shit, man.
So yeah, that was the week before we invaded. So I'm sitting there on my, in my house in South Philly, just watching Raw. And then I just get dragged into this argument. I'm like, what? So we go to ECW shows that weekend, and Paulie was like, "Yeah, you're booked."
Wow.
And I was like, "Okay, this is awesome." And then that was he told me on a Saturday, and Raw was Monday, so we went. Me, Stevie, Raven. All drove up to Tommy Dreamer's house up in New York, and then we all, drove down in a caravan, like an invasion, down to the Manhattan Center in New York. There, not the Manhattan. Okay.
No, it wasn't Hammerstein Ballroom, was it?
It's above the Hammerstein. That's where I got confused.
That's
there.
right. Okay.
Manhattan Center, right above the Hammerstein Ballroom, and it was awesome. At the time we all had our ECW jackets, the red, varsity looking jackets with the black leather sleeves, and we all walk in like a gang, kind of,
so fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
We walk in past there was fans lined up, and a lot of them, were fans I recognized from, ECW shows, so I was like, I knew this was going to be a lively crowd. So we get in the building, and, we tried to find the locker rooms. They're like, "Oh, well, no, your locker rooms are over here." So we walk up like these flights of steps. There's no locker rooms, and we're walking down the steps, and Taz is like, "They're ribbing us already, brother. They're ribbing us already." And then we find the locker rooms, get changed, say hi to everybody. I saw the Godwins, saw the Blackjacks. Godwins are super cool.
Yeah.
And super cool.
Lots of cool things about them. Yeah.
I love them. Rumor and innuendo, Henry Godwin might be at Meanie Mania, so we'll see.
Where's my soundboard real fast? We
yeah.
can put
Hold on. I gotta get you this one.
Yes, that's the one I need.
Yeah, I gotta get you that one. The other one is
I ripped the 6
it's the beginning of the song.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said I ripped the 6 ABC song from YouTube, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this will work." And I was like, "No, I need that quick breaking news clip."
Yeah, that's the Channel 6 sounder when they're going to a commercial.
Yes.
Coming up on 6 ABC News, we're going to go to the weather, and then they go. And then just, I used to have that on my phone as a text alert or an email alert, and people are like, that's Channel 6? I was like, yep.
It's amazing. It's almost like a Pavlovian response in a lot of ways to all Philadelphians. Like, it doesn't matter what part of Philadelphia you live in or what surrounding county in Philadelphia you live in. Like, you hear that noise immediately, like, take a look into the world, my friend, and you'll see.
Yeah. Dude, whoever plays drums on that song's amazing.
Man, I think I've heard, I can't confirm this, but I heard it was Phil Collins. I can't confirm that. But
he was on a cruise ship, and he watched a man kill his wife in a hot tub. And then he wrote the song. He saw the guy in concert and sang "In the Air Tonight" a cappella to him.
Yeah.
That's a running joke.
Phil Collins is the man.
That's a running joke in the Meanie household, because I'll get back to the invasion story in a second here, but we're in a bar, and this guy's just talking. He's like, and he was a good dude. And he was like, "In the Air Tonight" came on the jukebox at the bar. He goes, "You know what this song's about?"
Oh, God.
Phil Collins was on the cruise, and he watched a guy drown a guy in a hot tub, and, locked eyes and... And then, he had a concert years later, and he saw the guy in the front row, and made up the lyrics on the spot and sang "In the Air Tonight." I know what you did. I saw. It's like, brother, you don't think Phil Collins would just called the fucking cops? You're on a boat,
right? I'm gonna write a song about it instead.
Yeah, we locked eyes. We're on a fucking boat.
Passionately.
Where's the guy going?
going?
Think Phil Collins is just not going to report. And why is he on a regular just cruise ship?
Yeah.
Like
with the
he could
commoners?
probably,
right. Yeah.
Yeah. He could just run his own boat. He could just. I'm sure Phil Collins could get a yacht. He's not on Phil Collins doesn't do Carnival cruises, pal. Just fuck.
That's the name of the episode.
What the fuck? And I was like, look, no. I had to cut the guy off. I was like, that's not it. It's about his ex-wife. I went on the Google machine and made him read it. I was like, please stop saying this story. Anytime that song comes on, me and Mrs. Me look at her and go, you know what this song's about?
I love it.
Yeah, that's the beauty of being in a relationship for like almost 20 years. It's just you have your own inside jokes. Look at each other and you know what the other person's going to say. So
that's awesome.
But yeah, we're at the Manhattan Center and we just got ribbed with looking for our locker rooms. And, Ted's like, we're getting ripped already, brother. And we're saying hello to everybody. And, of course, we make our way to catering, booked catering, so that's unbooked catering is pretty good too, but, go have some catering and, I'll never forget it. Just like it was yesterday, I'm standing there, looking around. Dreamer walks up to me, goes, Meanie. I was like, what's up, man? He's like, oh, man, I'm having trouble keeping my game face on. I was like, why is that? He's like, they have cheesecake. I can't keep my game face on. They got cheesecake. So it was like, that was something I pop about, to this day. But, and then I got an education in live TV.
Yeah.
ECW, we record everything live to tape, and they did their magic in the studios. But you go live to air, that's a whole new ball game, man. And nerves were huge, and so BWO, our interest was through the crowd. We didn't even get to come through the Raw set, which is fine.
Yeah.
But we had to figure out a way to come out to the ring, through the crowd. So one of their crew guys, who actually I went on to work with when I went to WWE, in '98, figure a way to go underneath the bleachers to this other side of the Manhattan Center. And they had a whole control center, production studio. Instead of them being out in a production truck, they had the production studio inside the Manhattan Center. So we walked through where the cameras were and all that stuff, and figured out a way to go to the other side of the door and out through the crowd. So the show's live. We try to go to our spot, and we're walking through, and we're standing there in the production room, while they're producing the show, waiting for our cue to go. And they're like, "Why are you guys in here?" I was like, "Oh, we're going out to this door," and it's like they almost got sabotaged. So we gotta go through that door to go out. You'll see it when we appear on camera. Don't worry about it. But dude, it was just, and the funny part is, our BWO, our ring music was the BWO theme.
Yeah.
And at that point, the BWO theme was just the Swamp Candles, who Joey Campbell and the Swamp Candles, who wrote this song. It was a demo. It was just, they were recording themselves playing in their rehearsal studio, and they were recording stuff into a regular old boombox.
Huh.
And, when I was at Al Snow's school, training, Joey just sent me a tape of like them rehearsing. I heard the song. It's like, that's a wrestling song. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use it, but one day that's got to be something, right? And I might have came out to it once on one of Al's student shows. So, we go to the Manhattan Center for, ECW Invading Raw, and I'm just like standing there with a cassette tape going, hey, who handles music? And I hand him the tape like I'm on some indie show in, it's like I'm on a Dennis Coralluzzo show in Jersey somewhere. I just hand the guy my cassette. Side A, please. They're like, well, they had to figure out how to get the song onto their whatevers.
Wow.
And so we're standing there, and they're watching it. They're staring at us as we're waiting for our cue because it's like we walked in and interrupted something,
Yeah.
And it was, you got the nervous energy, and you're just sitting there, and the opening lick of that song hits, and then it's on.
Yeah.
And we just barged out the door, and you could tell when we go out like how much energy we had, because I hop over the rail, Stevie hops over the rail. And later, Bubba Ray Dudley would go on the rib us and be like, oh, did you see Stevie push Meanie out of the way? Kind of thing. It just, they were ribbing Stevie, for, pushing me, pushing past me. I guess I was that guy who wasn't walking as fast. It's like, dude, I just fucking climbed the guardrail.
Just got over the railing here, man. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're tossing out shirts and, dude, it was like 1,000 Jolt Colas we drank, and we get in the ring, and another lesson in live TV is know where the hard cam is, and I watch it and I'm excited, but I'm also like, hey, asshole, you're blocking Stevie on camera, so it's hard to watch myself back, when I was younger, in the greenhorn, but. Yeah, it was just so cool.
Yeah.
And if you look at that crowd is predominantly, there was a lot of, not predominantly, but there was a lot of BWO shirts.
Yeah.
That crowd, besides the ones we threw out for free. And it was awesome. Stevie got to work Little Guido.
No, that's right.
Yeah, who also might be making an appearance at Meanie Mania.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so... he's like, I'll be there, McCuskers. It's my Little Guido. Is there a hotel near there? Yeah, Soldier of Sin. Oh, God. Oh, no, they've cleaned it up. Which they have.
If I promise it's clean, you won't get tetanus this time. You'll be fine.
Dude. They, like, Holiday Inn poured like a couple $1 million to clean that place up. And
wow.
My buddy Matt went and stayed there one weekend. It's like, yeah, it's actually a pretty nice hotel now. The elevator works and everything, just, not that he stayed there before, but I was like, there was a point where they only rented out like the first four floors.
Wow.
Brother. Because the elevator didn't work and they made people go up the steps.
Oh my God.
So everything's good. They painted it. They fixed it up, and cylinders and this, I guess, sinlet. Maybe they baptized it. I don't know. But
wash the sheets.
Maybe they had they had an exorcism. But yeah, it was awesome. Stevie worked Little Guido, which was like the precursor to me and Nova working with Guido and Tracy Smothers. After Stevie left for WCW, me and Nova had a great feud with the FBI. So
yeah,
and then it was just cool to be backstage and watch things on the monitor and see how things are done, and standing a couple feet away from watching the Undertaker do his live promo. Wow. He was doing like a promo, like when they would do that picture in picture, the little square where they have the match and they the interview like the Undertaker or Goldust watching the screen and all this stuff. So it was pretty cool.
That's awesome, man.
It's pretty cool.
Meanie,
What's that, Adam?
We hear this a lot. Every CBD company tells you that their product is the best. With quality control measures like lab testing and QR codes now becoming the standard, it can start to seem like all CBD brands are the same, but I'm here to tell you something, Meanie. They are not. Knowing what makes certain brands better will help you spend your money more wisely and have more confidence as you incorporate CBD oils, topicals, capsules, or gummies into your own wellness routine. And that's why we're proud to partner with Green Road CBD as an official sponsor of Mind of the Meanie. And Meanie, I know you're a longtime user of Green Road CBD. How has Green Road CBD helped you in your life?
Let me tell you, Green Road CBD is a product I've been using for years. And when we started Mind of the Meanie, I always was like, let's get Green Roads as a sponsor, because I use them almost daily, whether it's the gummies, to take care of the aches and pains of 30 years of wrestling, the topical solutions that help my knees, help my back, help my elbows, help my shoulders. Green Road CBD has done everything to help me maintain a pain-free existence from all the years of wear and tear as a professional wrestler.
And to me, Meanie, that sounds like the Green Road's difference. And it comes down to a really few important points. They're just part of the reason that they've won industry awards year after year, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and have heard countless stories from customers just like you about the impact that those products have had on your life. So Green Roads is led by a compounding pharmacist with 25 years of experience helping her community getting healthy. For her and the entire company, it's more than just a job, it's a mission. And not all hemp sourcing is equal, Meanie. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. But they select their hemp from high-quality American farms, and also not all lab testing is equal, which is why they use an accredited independent lab to conduct full panel tests on every single batch. And that's why Green Roads is an original manufacturer, not just a quote-unquote white label brand. So right now, you can go to greenroads.com, Meanie, and save 25% off of your entire purchase. Wow. 25% off of everything, Meanie. That's huge. And all you have to do is go to their website right now, greenroads.com, and use promo code MEANIE at checkout. That's 25% off your entire purchase by using promo code MEANIE at greenroads.com. Own the day with Green Road CBD, and we thank them for sponsoring the program. I was going to say, let me ask you a follow-up question, because I know when WCW was purchased by WWE, a lot of the guys that were in WCW at the time, and one of the commentaries, I guess, from Buff Bagwell or Booker T at the time was, we didn't know how to wrestle in the rings. Like, it was a different ring. I wanted to know, is that, like, how accurate would you say is that coming from ECW going to WWE, like wrestling in their ring? Like, was that a difficult transition for you? Was it a different ring completely? Like, what are the dynamics of that look like?
Well, I mean, most rings, ECW, WCW, most indie rings are 18 by 18.
Okay.
WWE rings are 20 by 20.
Oh,
so,
okay.
If I'm in a ring and I know I'm on one side of the ring, and if I'm hitting one set of ropes, I'm running across the ring to hit the other set of ropes. Usually takes 4.5 steps.
Okay.
WWE ring, you got like maybe 2 extra steps. So and WWE rings are real rope.
Ooh.
Their ropes are actual rope, as opposed to, ECW, WCW or cable.
Mm.
It's, basically a cable inside garden hose.
Okay.
And they just tape over it and stuff like that. Yeah. So working with rope, it takes a little bit getting used to. And when you're running, spots and stuff, you got to keep in mind it's 2 extra steps. And, there's little ways to cheat, instead of shooting somebody corner to corner, you bring them out to the middle of the ring and shoot them from the center of the ring to the corner kind of thing.
Right. Just cut off some time there. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to shoot somebody in the ropes, shoot them from the center of the ring to the ropes, and then do the spot. I heard somebody goes to shoot me corner, I'm cutting them off. That takes forever because you're used to 1, 2, 3, 4, and spin. It's a totally different dynamic, and So much so that when I went to WWE, they had me do a Funkin' Dojo. Dory Funk would have a dojo with a lot of young guys and veterans too. You know, Hawk was there when I did the Funkin' Dojo, just to get used to working in a WWE ring. You know, just so, and it's weird because if you watch the way they shoot their TV, whatever the angle is makes the ring look small, kind of like whatever perspective they use makes it look smaller than what it is, but it's huge once you're in there. But yeah. You definitely have to get used to those rings. They're huge.
Yeah,
and those rings, like that era. For WWE, those rings were super fucking stiff.
I remember hearing that where it was like, I think the story was that Vince McMahon, once he did the match with Steve Austin, the first one he did, and he wrestled in that ring, and he went, Jesus Christ, we got to fix this because it was so stiff that he was like getting hurt or something, wasn't he?
Yeah. Imagine that.
Oh, good, the boss does this, and now you fucking, yeah.
Yeah. But those rings were reinforced for guys like Andre, you know?
Oh,
he was having he had all the big guys like Andre, Bundy, Big John Studd. And if they stood in a regular ring, those fucking rings would just bow.
Yeah.
You know, because Andre's earlier years, he could get away with it, but Andre started putting on some size. You know, he kept reproducing that growth hormone.
Yeah.
And he just, you know, I don't need to tell you how big he got. But he got big, and those rings, you know, would start to bow under the size of Andre. So they had to reinforce those fucking things.
Wow.
But, you know, then when they, you know, the new generation came around and they started, you know, utilizing guys like Brett and Shawn Michaels, and they're doing all these like spectacular, you know, you shoot, you know, Shawn Michaels ain't going back body drop. He's going like, you know, 10 feet up in the air, you know.
God.
He's taking one of those backdrops where you launch him and you turn around and you can watch his whole arc as he lands. Those are like the best backdrops when you just shoot a guy up, you turn around and you just watch him go, you know.
Yeah.
But landing in that ring.
Oh, God, I can't even imagine.
Brutal. Now, I did a show out in Wisconsin a couple of years ago. And the promoter, who's a good friend of mine, said he bought a ring from, I think, Alpha. Alpha claimed it was the WrestleMania 3 ring. I was like, oh, interesting. So we go in there and stand in there. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And Stevie was working Kevin Nash on that show. And I was in Stevie's corner. And Nash goes in that ring. And there's this like little thing you could do. Like, you know, most workers know to do it. You go in there and you kind of do this like little bounce just to see what kind of give the ring has.
Yeah.
And Nash went to do that, and he just went, oh. He got on the mic. He's like, I'd like to thank the local union who poured the concrete in this ring tonight. Just, another way to describe it is like, it's like taking a bump on somebody's back deck. You know, it's just like,
God.
Yeah, it's like a deck builder built this fucking ring, you know.
God, no wonder everybody was hurting all the time. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then they converted, you know, I got to work one of those old rings once we went, after WrestleMania 15, we went right over to like England and Germany and England. And they still had some of those old rings. And those, I bumped in those. I was like, geez, oh my God. But, yeah, they finally converted over to those rings, you know, 98-ish, 99. And it was still 20 by 20, but yeah.
Wow.
But now they got the converted rings, and they're good bump rings, but what they do now is Vince always liked having a clean canvas. I think Bruce Pritchard said on something to Wrestle that he had, once he has seen a TV taping where there was a tear in the ring and there was a piece of tape holding it together, and he made a mandate. I want a new apron for every show, every TV, new apron, no matter what.
Wow.
But now if you go to these TVs, if they got like, they put like I want to put out a number and make it sound factual, but like they have like 4 or 5 aprons on the ring for a show. Somebody bleeds, you peel that one off and go, well, that's all fine and dandy, but that makes the rings a little bit stiffer too, because instead of landing on the padding, you're landing on 4 canvases.
Right.
So when you hit that back and you take a back bump and you're like, just fucking, I'm sure the guys are used to it now. You build up the tolerance or the, it's like building up a callus, you just get used to it. But, you watch those, if you ever go to a TV tape and you'll see them like peel off. If somebody bleeds, unhook it and peel it off, and they'll have like 4 more aprons underneath there. So,
holy shit, man.
But after we did Raw, and we did our segment. We went and watched the rest of the show. Paul has all lined up to meet Vince. Hey, meet Vince. Thank Vince for putting us on this TV, which, was a huge deal for any company would have killed for that, right? For the opportunity. So we're going down this, we're all lined up waiting to go into gorilla positions. Vince is at the end of it. And Paul goes, hey, this is so-and-so. So BWO gets up there. He goes, Vince, this is the Blue Meanie. He goes, Meanie. And he shakes my hand. I'm like, oh, thank you, sir, and walk on. But it's almost like as if he knew who I was. It's just like,
was it as obnoxious as Bruce makes it sound, where he's like, like that?
Meanie. And like if you watch that show, like we had the segment, and then there's the thing towards the end of Raw where they where Paul and I want to say Ted, Paul and Jerry Lawler go to have this their argument. They go to scrap, and there's a pull apart and all this stuff. And Vince is talking to Lawler, and Lawler said something, and Vince goes, "Oh, what do you think they're gonna have the Blue Meanie come out here?" It's like they brought my name up again. I'm like, why? What is going on here? You have Sandman, you have Dreamer, you have the Dudleys, you have Taz. Are they gonna have Blue Meanie come back out again? Or I was just like, I only noticed that one recently.
Wow.
But that was pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet, man. No, I imagine it was probably dope. And again, it's even doper to see them call back to it 26, 27 years later.
27 years, insane.
Use your photo. That Twitter.com landscape, that or real estate's small, and for them to put that photo of you on there, that was I got a good pop out of that. So that was
27 years old. That means I was
God.
Made me bust out a calculator. Let me
You're
see.
50 now, right?
I'm 50. So that's
27. You were 23. Wow. All right. So I'm 33. And so I was 11 watching you on television come out.
I graduated high school in 94. So 4 years out of high school, I'm on WWE TV.
Crazy. Super dope.
Year and a half out of high school, I'm in ECW.
Wow.
And then, insane.
It's crazy, man. It's super. Yeah. Like I said, I was excited to see that for you on the post, and I was excited. I want to go. James wants to go back and watch that episode now as well. And he's also got a question for you at the end of the show today. Regarding 2K24. So we'll get to that. But I wanted to talk to you about another legendary person in the wrestling world, Sting. He's having his final... It's the only way to say it. The Icon is having his final match. You'll be listening to this. It happened yesterday. He's having his tag team match. He had it yesterday with Darby Allin and the Young Bucks at AEW Revolution. And I just wanted to know if you had any Sting stories you wanted to share or any thoughts on Sting's retirement as he wraps up what is probably one of the most illustrious careers in professional wrestling.
No doubt, man. it's incredible that a guy like Sting started his career when I was a kid. I was 13.
Wow.
I was 12 or 13 when I first saw Sting. I mean, he started in Memphis, which like 85, maybe.
Yeah.
85, I was 12. And then he made his way over to Bill Watts UWF, that's where I first saw him. I saw him in Ultimate Warrior as the Blade Runners. I was like, who are these guys, right? And that's when around the time, everybody was kind of doing the Road Warrior thing with the face paint and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But whatever their ring music was awesome. Two huge guys are awesome. Sting and Warrior, Sting and Rock at the time. They were the Blade Runners, Rock and Sting or whatever. Part of one of my favorite angles in UWF where Eddie Gilbert and the Russians lay out Bill Watts in the ring. Eddie Gilbert goes out there to apologize to Bill Watts, suckers him in, shakes his hand, and then, Nikita Koloff, Ivan Koloff, and I forget the Russian that was in UWF, but like they brought in the Koloffs to, help that Russian guy. They all laid him out, beat him with the shovel, put the Russian flag on him.
Oh, man.
That was heavy stuff for back then, because that was still the heart of the Cold War and stuff like that.
For the 80s, I'm surprised there wasn't a fucking riot afterwards, man. Holy shit.
Yeah. Could have been, man. That was like, I think that they taped those shows in Oklahoma. So,
Good Lord.
But Sting, he did that, and then, Warrior, they had their split. Warrior went off to World Class, became Dingo Warrior, and eventually the Ultimate Warrior. And they almost had almost semi-parallel paths. But, Eddie Gilbert took a liking to Sting. Eddie Gilbert, one of the best minds in the business. Unfortunately, a lot of people didn't get a chance to see him. I mean, a lot of people saw him because he went to WCW and all that stuff. But I wish Eddie was. I mean, I wish he was still alive because he was a great guy. I got to meet Eddie Gilbert as a kid, and
wow,
super polite guy. Yes sir, no sir, and I'm just a teenager. I'm like, this is crazy, but it's awesome. I was like, if I ever become, if I ever grow up to be a wrestler, I want to be like Eddie Gilbert, because he was just so nice to people. But Eddie Gilbert, took Sting under his wing, and they became UWF Tag Team Champions, and they had a great look. And then they got Rick Steiner into the act.
Wow.
Sting and Steiner teamed for a little bit, and then once the Crockett's bought UWF, which they really didn't have to do, they could have just let it die and take the. I mean, the Crockett's buying UWF kind of killed the Crockett territory.
Right.
Talk about a fleecing, you could have just let it die, and you could have just absorbed that talent. But, watch Sting's evolution through, NWA, through WCW.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff, man. Probably one of my favorite Sting matches, Sting Flair from the Bash, where he wins the belt.
Mm-hmm.
And he had awesome music back then too.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still in the network or if you have to find like an early copy of it, but I'm not even going to try to imitate it because I don't want to sound stupid. But he had great music, great. They had the pyro coming down, which looked amazing. But here we are. I'm a fan. I go off. I become a wrestler. I go on to have. Dude, I am going on 30 years in wrestling. This coming March, when the day after WrestleMania 10, I drove off. I left Atlantic City the day after WrestleMania 10 to go train with Al Snow.
Crazy.
I left on a Monday. My car broke down on a late Monday. I got it fixed on a Tuesday, and then I drove the rest of the way from Columbus, Ohio. I broke down Columbus, Ohio, and made it to Lima on a Tuesday and then took my first bump on a Wednesday. That's 30 years ago, and Sting was still wrestling. And here we are. He's having his last match. This technically yesterday, but it's coming week. Insane.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Fucking career, dude. And I think, we've talked about this before, and I think for me, and I know there's a great article that just came out. I think it was CBS Sports. They did a clip about Sting and The Undertaker and the match that never happened. And I'm still hopeful that maybe we'll get a showdown in the ring. Maybe now that he's out, I don't know what his contract looks like at AEW, but I'm hoping that perhaps maybe we get that face-to-face in the ring at some point. I just don't see it ever happening, the match itself, but like Muscle Man. Go ahead.
My buddy, Matt, I have a friend, Matt McCormick. He used to wrestle, and he's pretty tight with Henry Godwin, and him and Henry went to see Taker's one-man show in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
As guests. And during the show, somebody brought up Sting, a cinematic match with Sting, and Taker pretty much said it ain't happening, So he pretty much shot that down, during this one-man show in Pittsburgh. But, time changes, if you could do a cinematic match where you could film it over the course of a couple of days.
Yeah.
But then in hearing Taker talking about, what that takes out of you, also, I'm sure he's living a very comfortable life right now. So
yeah, I think unfortunately it's going to just be left to theater of the mind. I don't even think we're ever going to see that face off in the ring either. You know what I mean? Like just the two of them standing facing each other. I don't think that's ever going to happen either. Unfortunately, because I think that's and a lot of people feel the same way. I think it's one of the biggest missed opportunities in wrestling, and I think it was a shitty miss. Like it could have happened. It sounded like it was going to happen. One person wanted to do it, the other one didn't. So it's a shame. But my friend Cameron Hawkins, Twitter user Seahawk, for those who are in the know,
yes,
he had an incredible interview that came out. I think it was about 2 years ago now, maybe a year ago, with Sting for the Ringer, and Sting basically laid out his retirement match and what he was looking for. So if you get a chance, it's his pinned tweet on his Twitter account. You go out of your way to check that out because it is a fantastic write-up. And he just also released the audio for that as well. I think it goes about an hour, so it's definitely worth your time to take a look at it. But Muscle Man Malcolm asked me the other day what my first Sting match, what the first one I remember watching, and it was Sting and DDP. And I had to go back into the Twitter or the Google machine to find out when it was. And it was from 1994, and it was WCW's Saturday Night. And it was that long ago. But I remember Sting, they used to have those Galoob figures. Remember those other ones with the Hasbros? They were like the interchangeable ones. And I remember one of my buddies had a Sting figure. And I remember being like, oh, who's Sting? Because I didn't know about WCW at the time. And I think that might have been like 91 or 92 when that happened. But I didn't actually get this chance to see Sting until, I think, 94. So we didn't have cable. We didn't have the cable accesses to the Turner networks at the time. And when we moved to our new house, that's when we got it. So, but no, I mean, it's an incredible career. Looking forward to watching the last match. Or I enjoyed watching his last match with whenever you're listening to this. But one final question before we get into my favorite segment of the show and yours. The Rock was on SmackDown last night, and I wanted to know.
Sir.
I saw your tweets on that. I wanted to know what your thoughts were on the developments there. Some pretty heavy shit, man. That was some pretty good, cinema style shit last night,
dude. Of course, people are like, "Oh, that took 40 minutes." Yeah, it was 40 minutes of fucking perfection.
Yes,
it was great. Like we say, talk them into the building. So you see all these guys doing all these crazy shit and crazy bombs and blah, blah, blah. Here we got guys talking and he's building up mania. And to me, all these shows are just commercials.
Yeah.
That's what television wrestling is. It's just a commercial to make you come out and Used to, it was mainly for come out to the live events, but they barely, push the live events anymore. I mean, I think they still have them, but yeah, it's just one big commercial for WrestleMania.
Yeah,
to get people to tune in, and what a fantastic job. He it's amazing to hear, Rock in 2024 talk about crack and cocaine and meth.
Yeah, like
on,
what?
on WWE TV, just, and he almost broke me when he was talking about how, Solo's got a great singing voice.
Dude, Solo was holding on for his fucking life during that segment. Like, you could see it all over his face. He was trying.
But to me, that was, I'm convinced Rock is going to help Cody.
Yeah.
For every reason I stated before, between, Cody saying he's going to finish the story, but not at WrestleMania. Rock comes out, whispers in his ear. Cody's like, yeah, then they had the face off, and then they had the press conference, and Cody goes, this is bullshit. And to me, that was all a ruse.
Yep.
Because I think they're just trying to, play head games with Roman to get some intel. He gets in with the Bloodline, gets some intel. And then, most Roman's matches have had interference from the Bloodline. So when it comes to the match at Mania, Cody's going to have the reinforcements on the side. But again, just like 2 weeks ago when they all threw up the ones, Rock threw out the L.
I was just going to say, put the L up again.
Last night, he put up the hand with the finger point, slowly leaked out the thumb for the L, and then slowly put it back. But somebody on my feed, I was talking about, he did the L thing again. Somebody took a screenshot and showed Paul Heyman staring at him.
Yeah.
Like he caught him doing the L. And, yeah, this is textbook storytelling.
Yeah.
You go back to when the Mega Powers explode, and you have lust in your eyes, Hogan, and they would show a clip of like Hogan putting Liz up on Randy's shoulder, and he accidentally touches her ass. He's like, you had lust in your eyes, Hogan, and all this stuff. Week by week, they're dropping little Easter eggs, little hidden gems in these things. He throws up the L and Heyman catches him. So and it's like 40 minutes, and and he's he's kind of clowning on him. Talk about Solo being able to sing this, that, and the other thing. But then he goes to do the if you smell, and fucking Roman cuts him off, puts his hand on his mic hand, and they have that stare down.
Crazy.
That stare down. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm going to let you finish, but I need one thing. Acknowledge me. And that's just that stare.
Yep.
Rock trying to keep his composure. Trying not to blow the game plan that they have in place for Cody.
Yep.
Where, because Rock considers himself the real, tribal chief, the head of the table kind of thing. And that's what it's about. He's embarrassing the Samoan dynasty, Alpha, Sika, Peter Maivia,
Right.
These beautiful people, and here you are acting the fool, kind of thing.
You're a tyrant.
That's what I think.
You're a tyrant. Yeah. You're a fucking menace. Right. That's what I've always felt. And I think this Jimmy and Jay story is going to go on longer too. I think Jay's going to be involved with Rock somehow when that split happens. And I think that's how the Usos reunite. I think that's how Solo comes back in. You know what I mean? Like everybody just kind of like, I think Paul and Solo go off and do their own thing because I feel like Solo is kind of the next Heyman guy. But I think
Cody's guy, he won the tag belts.
Yeah.
with Jay.
Yeah. That was, I think, late last year, wasn't it?
Yeah. So that's another ally that could be in this corner at Mania.
Yep.
So he's building an army, to kind of watch his back against the bloodline, So, and this was just last night. I was sitting there just watching. I was like, wow, it's going on long, but when it ended, I was like, oh my God, it's like quarter of 9.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? But it didn't even feel like it went that long, because it was so well done.
Andrew Bailey, shout out to the Pod Squad, by the way, who was here with us in the chat today. Go to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Sign up today and become a patron and a Pod Squad member. Andrew Bailey said, I would love to see Heyman turn. I don't know if I would want to see a face Paul Heyman right now unless it had something to do with ECW. But I don't know if I would necessarily. I could see him still being heel, but almost like he just explodes at Roman, right? Like it's just like, you've held me captive for so long, and you know what I mean? Like he has that breakdown almost. I think that could be where because I don't see him as the great mastermind of this whole thing, right? Like I don't see him as that character. I think he was just someone who was advising Roman and now is just stuck there,
Yeah. But just like, if he goes babyface, where does he go?
Right.
Yeah. Who does he go with? I don't see him with Cody. Cody doesn't need a manager, No. It's interesting to see how they would do it. And look, I'm along for the ride.
Yep. I'm fucking tuned in.
I'm definitely. Yeah, it's going to be great. It'll be interesting. But, Heyman definitely caught him in side-eyeing the L.
Uh-huh.
So.
Yep.
We'll see where that goes.
It's purposeful, man. And what else is purposeful, I want to know, sir, is a question for you.
Yes.
Are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to.
It's time to ask Meanie anything.
Ask me something.
Yeah, cause.
I can't remember what regular air smells like.
Don't forget, tweet us your questions using the hashtag AskMeanie, and you may hear them on the program each and every week. I want to start at the top with a question from RJ Krasinski. What's up, RJ?
Hold on.
Wait, before we do that, we have our
I got
break.
2 fucking cases of this fucking pumpkin pie seltzer, and I want to get my 78 cents a case fucking worth of it. So
let's do it, man. Today I have the knockoff shit from Aldi. I have the pink grapefruit, which is my favorite flavors, in case anybody's asking and sees me at Meanie Mania.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're going to do countdown 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah.
I had to do a little assisted Sandman on that one.
So good. Pinkies up. Oh, slaps. So good.
Burns the nose. Stings the nostrils.
Yep, and just flares up.
Yeah. Oh.
So let's run that one back. RJ Krasinski's got a question for me. And you, sir. What's up, RJ? Great to see you, man.
What up, RJ?
Great to have you here, sir. What springtime activity are you guys looking forward to once the weather officially breaks?
Dude, I want to, we were talking about cheesesteaks last week, and I put over Gooey Louie's. But Gooey Louie's has this amazing corned beef sandwich, and a tradition like me and Mrs. Meanie would do, we would go out, get some sandwiches, go down to FDR Park here in South Philly, which is like right across Broad Street from the Wells Fargo Center. Or if you're a local, they call them the lakes. We're going down to the lakes.
Yeah.
Go find a park bench, sit there, stare at the sun. Not stare at the sun, but stare at the sky. Take in the warm weather and just have a nice little mini picnic.
Yep.
Down at the FDR Park. I'm longing for the days where I could just wear shorts and a tank top. And
God,
I just noticed the days are getting a little longer. It was the other day, it was like almost 6 o'clock and the sun was still out, and I was just very excited. Like I said, from New Year's Day to around this time in March, dog shit, just short days, cold weather, shit, complete shit. But this gets a little warmer, not hot, just warmer.
Yep.
Comfortable. And so I don't have to run the AC and fucking, freeze. It's funny. I'll go out in shorts and shorts and a t-shirt, and it'll be like 60 degrees. But people will be like, aren't you cold? I was like, no, I turn my air conditioner in the summer to this temperature. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm waiting for just that where, wear some, shorts and a tank top, kind of weather, and enjoy a longer day. And Phillies baseball's starting up. So watch some Phillies games. And I just watched a preseason game, and, it's getting there.
Yep. Meanie!
Oh, yes, sir.
Why should I say the green meanie? And top of the morning to you, sir.
Top of the morning to you.
Want to let everybody know that's listening right now, this episode is brought to you by the St. Patrick's Day Shamrock Shavers. That's right, our friends at Manscaped. This year, don't just chase rainbows, make your own pot of gold and groom your little leprechaun with the leaders in below-the-kilt care. Say goodbye to your clover forest with Manscaped's Lawnmower 5.0 and let your confidence shine bright. Embrace the luck of the Irish meanie and join the 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. So head over right now to manscaped.com and use promo code MINDMeanie for 20% off plus free shipping. And Meanie, I want to know if you ever had any issues before you were able to get the golden touch of Manscaped.
When it comes to Manscaped, you can't leave the Blarney Stone alone. I use it every time of the year, but St. Patrick's Day, you got the luck of the Irish there because you ain't going to be nicking yourself. So, get the Lawnmower 5.0 and, shamrock that cock, man.
Shamrock that cock indeed, Meanie. And ever since I've used Manscaped, I can proudly say that I found my pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. That's right. Little John and the Eastside Boys have never looked better, and you can meet your new lucky charm for St. Patrick's Day, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. This trimmer comes with 2 interchangeable next-generation skin-safe blade heads, one for a classic trim and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires. Equipped with dual LED spotlights, navigate your shamrock path in peace. Equipped with dual LED spotlights, navigate your shamrock patch in peace. Worried you'll make a mess, Meanie? Fear not. This wonder is waterproof. Shave by the misty moors, under a waterfall, or even doing a rain dance, or dare I say, a Meanie dance. Its compact case makes it ideal to take it with you on the road, ready for any adventure or last-minute plans you have coming up. So trimming the hedges in your Irish garden isn't just for below the belt, my friend. Complete your look with Manscaped's signature Beard Hedger Pro Kit and Handyman electric base shaver. So whether you're sculpting your beard or cleaning up your neckline, there's always the right tools for the job. So go to manscaped.com right now and get 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code MINDMeanie. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code MINDMeanie at manscaped.com. This St. Patrick's Day, make sure your little hairy leprechaun is luckier than ever with Manscaped. Usually when the weather breaks and we have a string of like warm days, generally I usually have I have a shit ton of sick time at my shoot job and PTO time because they just throw it at us, right? I'll usually take a day, I'll call out just for shits and giggles. Like, hey, I'm sorry I can't come in today. And then Mrs. Goober and I will go down to downtown Westchester. And we'll go get breakfast or something and sit as it starts to warm up. And then typically we go walk over to campus because that's where Courtney and I, Mrs. Goober and I met, was at Westchester University. And that downtown there is like our favorite place to go together. And so we'll walk down there and we'll go to campus and we'll have lunch and we'll enjoy ourselves. And that's really what I'm looking forward to, man. Like I have it because when you hear the next week's episode, daylight savings time will have begun. So then it'll be sunny way longer. And I won't feel like dog shit, which I can't fucking wait for. So, I would say that. And just being able to open the windows in my house, like just a little shit, like the little things, letting the breeze come in at night and in the morning.
The best is when you open up like a window in one room and a window in the other and just get that cross breeze going.
Yeah, we do that. So the bedroom here is the windows are facing in front of me. I'm looking at the windows, and then behind me here, as you can see, you can actually see me pointing on patreon.com/mindofthemeanie, is my bedroom door, and it feeds out into the girls' room. So we'll leave the doors open, and then the breeze will rush through here. Man, I literally could not think of a more fucking perfect afternoon than that breeze coming through this house. And it is just fucking sensational, man. Such good shit.
You fart in front of one window and it takes it throughout the whole house.
That's the best way to do it, man. But no, I can speak for Meanie as well. I know we're both really excited about the warm weather. We're really hopeful it's going to be nice here in Philadelphia for WrestleMania week. We're hoping we get a good, nice warm weather here. And also, I also enjoy. I try to go down there when it gets warm. I like walking down to Alfred's Alley just to go and just see it and enjoy the sounds and the sights of everything. So it's good shit, man. So another question for you is from James from Downingtown wants to know. He's very excited about WWE 2K24, and he saw that Terry Funk and the Sandman are going to be downloadable characters in the game, and he wanted to know if there was ever an opportunity, or if there is an opportunity coming up to see the Blue Meanie in 2K24 or a 2K WWE video game.
Hey, I'm available. I'm not available for this one, but hey, that'd be all. I would love to. Now, that said, I always love watching fan creations as well. So I just need to learn how to play the fucking game. I've had the game and I could not figure it the fuck out. I need like a young person to just show me what the fuck to do.
Yep.
Because I'm so used to like the strong grapple, weak grapple, all that kind of shit. That's why I'm excited for the Ultra Pro Wrestling. Dude, sorry, I am a stuttering prick this morning.
Dude, you're fine, man. You're good.
I'm fucking Foghorn Leghorn over here.
That's a great reference, but you're good, man.
Yeah. I'm excited for the Ultra Pro Wrestling video game. Because I love those No Mercies. I love WrestleMania 2000. I love WCW Revenge. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited for the people. They've announced a lot of guys so far, and they've held back on a few that they haven't announced. And I'm excited for those. And I'm potentially getting someone involved in the game that's going to be very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But as far as the 2K games, I mean, I wish maybe if enough people say, hey, we want the Blue Meanie in the game. He owns the name, so you're not going to get sued. So, but I would love to.
Last question for this week. Matt from Dover wants to know your thoughts on, actually, I think what might be the most controversial piece of news that's come out of not just the Philadelphia region, but baseball in general this past week.
I know where this is going.
What are your thoughts on the Phillies getting rid of Dollar Dog Night because of some drunken fools?
That's absolute horseshit. Why don't you get rid of Dollar Dog Night? Yeah, this is like a controversial time.
It is, man. I was fucking pissed. I was looking forward to taking the kids to the ball game this year for the first time on a Dollar Dog Night, and now fucking buy one get one.
Yeah. My favorite part about Dollar Dog Night is, one time you see this guy with a dry erase board at the game marking off all the hot dogs he's fucking eating during the course of the game. Just like,
yep.
There's another one. Just, dude.
It's bullshit.
It's like the amount of money people will spend on a ticket just to go eat a hot dog for $1 is insane.
Yeah.
Buy one, we'll get one. Get the fuck out of my face.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Get right the fuck out of my fucking face with that fucking buy one, get one.
You take that fucking extra that one you get after you buy one and you shove it up your fucking ass. because it's going to be $7. It's going to be $7 for a hot dog. Oh, good. I get 2 for $7. Remember when I used to be able to buy 7 for $1? I'd get 7 hot dogs for $7. You fucking pricks. You jabronis. You fucking drunk fools throwing hot dogs in the stand. Of course, it's like 3 people acting like fucking idiots and ruining for the rest of us.
So what are they going to do on the nights where the drunk idiots are still there and it's not dollar dog night? What are they going to get rid of then?
Can't ban batteries.
Yeah.
Tried. Lord knows you tried.
Yeah. Yo, cuz, I got some C's. I got some C batteries.
Yo, cuz.
JD Drew is toast, cuz.
Schlichter, we need that on a shirt. No, I was very upset by that. I was.
It's stupid.
It's a staple of the game, and also too, where the fuck is that money going? Where is that money that you think you're going to be recouping on this going? So they ain't going to the fucking stadiums. You aren't doing enough in there to upkeep those places. Yeah. What is it, going back to the MLB so they can buy you see-through fucking uniforms where everybody can see the players' balls all day? Like, come on. It's ridiculous, man. It's bullshit. Like, I was actually kind of hot about this. It was like it's one of the staples of the Phillies games. You know, like you go to the fucking games, instead of seeing a dollar dog, you see the outfielder's wiener through those fucking see-through clothes. It's just nonsense. It's nonsense, Meanie, I tell you.
You see a dollar hog.
People just throwing money at the outfielder. What's happening? This is cool.
Dollar hog night.
It's just shits on display. Like, God, man, it's so stupid. So stupid.
Somebody did. Speaking of cock, somebody did. There's this article, and somebody fucking did it like a time lapse. Not like a time lapse. But you know who LeGarrette Blount is, right? The running back.
Yeah.
He played for the Patriots. He played for the Eagles. I think he played for Pittsburgh. I know he definitely played for Detroit. But every year they would take the team, like a individual photo of him for the team to use.
Yeah.
And he purposely never wore underwear. And you just see his fucking cock go all the way down to his fucking knee. And he's standing there with a big smile on his face like, yeah. Just look at, Google LeGarrette Blount photo, and some sports site put out every photo, and it's just, you see a fucking 12 inches of fucking tube steak going down this fucking... He must fucking Velcro that thing to his fucking hip pouch like he's fucking Laura Croft, Just...
Oh my God, wait, here it is. It's the one for the Lions. Oh my God, dude, his fucking dick is hanging out.
Right? And look at the smile on his face.
He's just thrilled to be alive, and his fucking Johnson's just hanging down to his, like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
He didn't bring his cup.
Cup? You need a fucking bowl.
That's a full basket right there.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
Brother.
That is hilarious, dude. That is the funniest thing I've seen all day. Holy shit, man. Looks like we got one other question here. One more question.
Sure.
Nate Smythe, Sheridan Ford Sales. Also, feel better, my friend. Hope you're getting better there. What's your favorite Foo Fighters song? And you can't say Everlong.
Oh, man. Dude, I just went down a Foo Fighters rabbit hole.
Oh, man.
That new album's fucking amazing, by the way. I put on the Foo Fighters Pandora.
Oh, yeah.
And they've been playing a lot of that new album. It's fucking amazing. I'm going to go with a deep cut. They did a song for the Godzilla soundtrack. And the song's called A320.
Wow.
And it's basically a song about flying in an airplane. But it's like one of those rare Foo Fighter songs where they have like, it's keyboard, but it sounds like an orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like one of those early, Dave songs where it's a simple song about flying in an airplane, but it sounds beautiful,
Yeah.
That and, another early song that I was a real big fan of is Walking After You.
Okay.
Real slow song, really good. Now, I'll add a cover song. They did, oh my God, I'm blanking on who originally did, but they did a song called Down in the Park, which is really good. Who did the song In Cars? Boom, 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 boom.
Sure.
Hold on. Some German dude. Let me see.
So Down in the Park was originally sang by Tubeway Army.
Really?
In 1979. And the Foo Fighters covered it.
Okay. I'm thinking the wrong person.
No, maybe not. Oh, no. Yes, Foo Fighters covered it. And then so did Marilyn Manson did it as well.
Yes. Great song.
Yeah.
But the Foos did did an amazing cover of Baker Street too.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that was fucking great.
But as far as originals, Walking After You and a deep cut, the song off the Godzilla soundtrack, A320.
Yeah. My favorite? Jeez. There's a record that they did off of is it Wasting Light? Is that the one that they recorded on the tapes recently?
Yeah.
Rope is, I think.
Very good.
There's a lot of, I just love, the Foo Fighters, I think, are my favorite rock band. Straight rock band. There's a bunch of records that I really dig by them, but Rope, I think, is my favorite. It's just something nice. It's just like, I can put it on and just kind of ride to it all day. You know what I mean? Like I listen to it at the gym. Yeah. It's just, it's a fucking solid record all the way through. So I would say
now, if you want to cry like a bitch,
I always want to cry like a bitch, Meanie.
Not like a bitch, but if you want to have a good deep cry, get the new record.
Oh,
Foo Fighters Rest.
Oh,
REST, and it's basically his goodbye song to Taylor Hawkins.
Oh, jeez,
brother! I heard that. I heard it, and I was in public, and I was like, "Oh, I am about to cry in public."
Dude, there's nothing worse than that. Dude, it's funny you say that. I was on a flight to Vegas to go to the Meanie event, and I think I was on United, and they have the headsets in the fucking TVs and shit. And I was like, oh, I'm going to watch House. I haven't watched House in a long time. I used to fucking love that show, right? And there's a 2-part episode that Fred Durst, of all people, is on. And it's the episode where House is in the bus crash. And I forgot how sad that, like, the second part of that episode is. And I was literally like on the airplane. Like, I was just like, oh my God. Like, I'm literally sitting next to people and I'm fucking getting hysterical watching this. I was like, I totally forgot how fucking sad this shit is. So it was unpleasant. So I'll make sure I listen to Rest at home by myself because I don't want to.
Put on headphones.
Yeah. I'll put these nice beats I have on here. I definitely don't want to be.
Get the YouTube version that has the lyrics and read along with it. And you're just like.
Oh, God. Well, I want to thank you for doing this program with us. I want to thank you for doing this show with us and answering all of the questions we get every single week. Don't forget to tweet us at them using the hashtag AskMeanie, and we may ask them on the show. So I want to just thank you again, sir, and put the good vibes out there for a Hall of Fame nomination for the Blue Meanie. Yes, sir. I'm putting it out there for you. I'll be your cheerleader. Yeah. And don't forget, if you want to see...
3 weeks. They got 3 weeks.
3 weeks to make this happen, y'all. If you want to see Blue Meanie in the Hall of Fame, if you want to see him in 2K24, start tweeting at people, man. Let them know the Blue Meanie is here. And he would love to be a part of these things because the Blue Meanie is the fucking shit. I tell people this every time I talk to Meanie, and every time I tell people I do a show with the Blue Meanie, I get the same response every single time. Holy shit, the Blue Meanie. I fucking love that guy. So if you fucking love the Blue Meanie too, get on your Twitter.com accounts, go onto Al Gore's internet, start tweeting it at Hunter, start tweeting at Bruce, start tweeting at 2K24 and the people, the good folks at 2K, and let them know you want to see the blue guy in everything that they're doing in WrestleMania in Philadelphia because, God damn it, he deserves it. But you also deserve to know where you can keep up to date with all things blue when we're not doing the show. So, Meanie, where can they find you?
If you would like to follow the Blue Meanie on all forms of social media, that's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Blue Meanie BWO on all forms of social media. If you would like to support the Blue Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Blue Meanie. Get yourself a Meanie Mania shirt right now. Those shirts came out great. They look great. Wear it during WrestleMania. Get an order right now. If you would like to support Mind of the Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand, go to collarandelbowbrand.com. Use coupon code MEANIE or use coupon code MIND and save 10% over there at collarandelbowbrand.com. Now that you got your t-shirts, you want to look good, you want to smell good. If you're a bearded fellow like myself, go to madcatbeardcare.com. Get the Blue Spruce Beard Oil and Balm. Shout out to my boy Josh Thornton, who's doing an amazing job over there. He rounds up the kitties, takes them to the vet, makes them feel better, sends them off better than they found them. So go to madcatbeardcare.com. The Ultra Pro Wrestling video game coming to all major consoles in late 2024. Ultra Pro Wrestling contains not only original characters, but created by the awesome Hal Haney, but many real-world wrestlers, including myself and many others who I'm trying not to spoil. Go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. That's ultraprowrestling.com or Twitter at UPW Video Game. The Figure Collection's Bone Crushing Wrestler Series 1 variants of the Blue Meanie are available now, but for how long? I don't know. All Series 1s can be ordered now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shop.figurecollections.com. Type Blue Meanie in the search bar and pick the old school Blue Meanie or the BWO Blue Meanie. Either way, there are no wrong choices. Shout out to my boy Jim Nilsson over at glaciersofice.com. Jim made three of three only handmade custom BWO Air Jordan 1 sneaker for Stevie Nova and myself. Each pair takes Jim about 50 hours per pair. So if you want to see these beautiful pieces of art that you wear on your feet, follow him on Instagram at Glacier Art Studio. That's Instagram at Glacier Art Studio. To have the Blue Meanie on your podcast, go to podstars.net. That's podstrz.net. Book your podcast, and then you book the Blue Guy to be on your podcast, and let's have a little bit of fun. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for birthdays, holidays, and well wishes. Book through the site. Don't book through the app. The app takes too much money. Go to cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO and let's make somebody's day a little bit better. Over there, cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. I will be at WrestleCon April 4th through 7th, downtown Sheraton. Go to WrestleCon.com. I'll also be at the Icons of Wrestling convention, Friday, April 5th from 4:00. And then after that, I'll be hosting a tribute to Extreme for Battleground Championship Wrestling at the 2300 Arena. So, Friday, April 5th, 2300 Arena, Battleground, and then also the block party right before. Meanie Mania, your paper brew kickoff event, Thursday night, April 4th, 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. No cover charge, costs nothing to get in, but it's a 21 and older event. McCusker's Tavern is on the corners of 17th and Chunk. That's 2601 South 17th Street in South Philly. Come on out, man. If you're coming to Philly, you want a place to have a couple cold ones and just kick back and talk about wrestling, Meanie Mania, Thursday, April 4th, 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Hey, if you're going to another event and you need some place to go after, go to McCusker's. If you need something before SmackDown, go to McCusker's. Before and after both Manias, go to McCusker's. Before Raw, go to McCusker's. After Raw, go to McCusker's. McCusker's is your Mania weekend place to hang. It just 7 minutes from the arena. So let's have a good time together and kick off Mania the right way. But most importantly, Mr. Barnard, where can we find you, sir?
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads at This Is Goober. Yes, that's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand pal. You can find me there. You can also check out my second show, Foundation Radio, by going to foundationradio.net. You can also subscribe today, like, comment, cuss at me, whatever. It helps the algorithm get my videos up and people watching them. You can go to youtube.com/@Foundation Radio Pod. I got a bunch of cool Foundation chats up right now with Goldberg, Tommy Chong, and WCUR 91.7 exclusive all the way back from 2011 with rapper Yellow Wolf. And this week, I believe, or next week, is going to be the exclusive conversation I had back in the same year with Jackass's Bam Margera. It's never been heard outside of that radio broadcast because we got in a lot of trouble for doing that because Bam said fuck a bunch of times on the radio. So you'll get to hear that clip on fully uncut on youtube.com/@Foundation Radio Pod. It's the only place you'll be able to hear it. The Feinberg method. Use promo code Goober and save up to 20% off of your entire purchase. My trainer, Brad Feinberg, is ready to help you with your physical and mental well-being. So go to thefeinbergmethod.com. 10th Ward Barbershop. Want to shout out the homies there in Lawrenceville on the outskirts of downtown Pittsburgh. They're also the people who give me all my wonderful shirts and gear when you see me doing the media at WWE events. So go and see Kane and Jordan and the rest of the squad over there at 10th Ward Barbershop and schedule your appointment today by going to 10thwardbarbershop.com. ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Also just tweeted out from Blue Meanie's Pro Wrestling Tees, the official Meanie Mania t-shirt. So pick one up today and wear it and support Meanie at Meanie Mania, and ProWrestlingTees.com/Foundation Radio. Pick up a shirt and keep the lights on at Casa DeMeanie and the Barnard Home for Wayward and Troubled Youth. You'll also see me at Meanie Mania at McCusker's Tavern. Yes, that's right. I will be there with the blue guy. Mrs. Goober may also be making an appearance as well. So come on down and see us at McCusker's Tavern. And tell me again, Meanie, tell everybody again when that date is.
Thursday, April 4th from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m., 2601 South 17th Street on the corners of 17th and Shunk.
I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. Don't forget to sign up today at patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. You can join us in tiers starting at just $10. And you can join in and watch us each and every week. And we thank you for listening to the show. Don't forget to subscribe. Find us on the YouTube channel as well. Like and comment. Again, the algorithms on, whatever Al Gore set up with all that stuff at the very beginning of the World Wide Web. We want to make sure that we are filtering to you every single week to listen to our program. We want to thank the Pod Squad for being here today. Meanie, I want to thank you for doing the program. And again, I want to thank you for listening. So let us know how we're doing. And follow us on Twitter at Mind of the Meanie and on Instagram at Mind of the Meanie. So for the Blue Meanie, I am Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip through the mind of the Meanie. Peace.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie is hosted and executively produced by the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard. It was mixed and engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional narration is provided by the executive voice, Sam Krebs. That's me. Our intro music was performed by the Swamp Candles. Our outro music was performed by Chikara. Additional musical accompaniment is performed by Enrichment. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X or whatever, at Mind of the Meanie, and become part of the Pod Squad by going to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Find our entire show archive at mindofthemeanie.com. This has been a Butts Carlton media production. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
That was Blue Meanie's brain out.